Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Rodney, and I'm back, and I wanted to come and just talk about the girls over in New Jersey. All right, so basically, it starts off where it left off. Bill is upset, and rightfully so. He leaves, and Frank goes to check on him to try to get him to come back. Bill basically tells him no, he's leaving. I'm not really sure what they wanted Bill to say. Like, I don't know what they want Bill to say about his wife. And I want to know why Evan is so upset at Jen. To me, the way that he's upset at Jen is the way, in my opinion, he really should have been upset at Teresa. Because Teresa was the one who came to your birthday party spreading this rumor, right? But for whatever reason, he got smoked for Jen. And I feel like that's a smoke that he should have had for Teresa. Even if it's not that big of a deal. Like I said, I get what Jen was trying to do. Not trying to do. I get what Jen is saying, like, oh, I was just being nosy. Because the truth of the matter is, like, I don't think that's too far-fetched. Like, you hear something like, girl, what's T? Like, girl, you know the girl? You seen her before? Is it true? Right, but I think also in this housewife world where we know the girls will get some dirt and baby hold on to it real tight until Mad Day come and they girl, take that dirt out and throw it in your face, right? So you just never really know. But I just think it's weird that Evan was so upset at Jen. Louis arrives. Teresa calls. I'm not exactly sure why Teresa feels the need. Maybe because she's been in this housewife game for a very long time, and she knows how this goes. When the relationship kind of falls to the wayside, and I don't know. I just think it's weird that Teresa is. Let me turn this TV off. Where's my remote? Here we go. I think it's weird that Teresa is being so protective over Louis. Like, what do you think is going to happen with Louis being out with the guys? Like, to the point where you have to call and check on him to make sure he's okay. What do you think your brother is going to do? What are the other guys going to say or do? This is what I think is going on. This is what I think is going on with Teresa and Louis. I think Teresa is dumb. I also think that Teresa wants to live in this love bubble. I don't think Teresa wants to face reality. I think that Teresa knows she's hearing these stories that are coming out about Louis, and she's choosing to either ignore them, she's choosing to not believe the people who are accusing Louis of what they're accusing him of. She's decided that she's going to believe Louis. She has decided that it doesn't matter. His past is his past. And I think it's almost that. Like, I know what happened, but his past is his past. He's changed. We're not talking about that. It doesn't matter. When it's like, girl, if they out here talking about Louis is knocking people upside their head, and not even just like people, girl, they say he's out here beating up an ex-wife or ex-fiance in front of you don't think that's something that you should take into consideration? So you're going to bring this man around you and your girls. Whatever, girl. I think Louis is a liar. They asked Louis about the allegations or accusations about him, beating up his ex-fiance or his ex-partner in front of the kids. I think he says it wasn't true. And then he brings up, I guess, the same woman or a different woman in a story about a knife. I don't know what they got to do with Louis. Girl. Teresa, girl, I feel like you got you another Joe Judice on your hands. Quiet as it's kept. He might even be worse than Joe. Girl, Joe Joe disrespected you, and everybody knew about it. He did it while the cameras was rolling. Girl, I feel like Louis is the type, girl, when the cameras leave, girl, he turned into, what is it, Mr. Jekyll, Mr. Jekyll, Dr. Hyde? Y'all know what I'm trying to say. That's what Louis give me. As soon as that white man leaves that house with that last camera and that last piece of equipment, honey, he start acting a plumb fool. Anyways, girl, I think Tiki and Tracy are with the shit. The girls, let me say something. Tiki and Tracy, I don't trust them. I don't trust their story. Their story, I think is BS. I'm just gonna call a thing a thing. I think their story, as far as how they got together, is BS. Okay? But what they're bringing to the show, I actually kind of like. Tiki look like he low-key messy. Tiki kind of got it started at the table with the whole questioning Louis about what's going on in the tabloids. So, and Tracy, I knew you was gonna be an old switcheroo bitch. I like you. The girls don't like Tracy. I like Tracy, girl. But Tracy, I had my good eye on you. Cause y'all see how she done switched up. Y'all just the other day, 3-4 episodes ago, bitch, she was low key Team Jen. Now y'all see how she done switched up. And now she, girl, talking all that shit about Jen. But Tracy cool. Tracy doing her job. Tracy said, bitch, I'm going to get on this show. Who I got to go up against? Okay? But Tracy and Tiki, other than the fact that I think that how they got together is suspect, I like what they're bringing to the show. I like that they're not, Tiki, he's, doing what he does with the guys. And I think Tracy is doing what she's doing with the girls. Girl, anyways. The next day, all the guys are pretty much drunk. They're having pillow talk. I think it's so funny how, everybody went back to report to their wives. I say, these niggas are messy. The niggas be messy. They be messy. Girl, so everybody go back and report to their wives, right, on what happened the night before. I like the fact that Jackie was like, we're not going to discount these women because we already know how it goes. A story comes out, the man says she's crazy. Everybody says, oh, well, he said, so everybody believes what he said, right? But Jackie was like, no, we're not going to discount these women like that. Jennifer feels like Bill doesn't have her back. She, I guess, was kind of surprised that he did have her back when he went out that night with the guys, because I guess he never really has her back, or she feels that way. Marge has a spa day for Dolores to kind of relax because she's going through with her mother and her mother being in the hospital. And I think she has. Did she already have the surgery, or she's about to have the surgery? Anyway, she's in and out of the hospital. Teresa is celebrating a year. Well, Marge is planning a spa day. Teresa is celebrating a year. Can I say something? I get that Teresa is a woman of a particular age, and I get that Louis is also a man of a particular age. And sometimes things, kind of can move faster when you're, probably around that 50-year mark. It's kind of like, girl, what are we doing? Do we like each other? Do we not like each other? But for Teresa to keep putting this, like, girl, you acting like a year, like this year, we've been together a year. You're like, a year is not a long time. And the way Teresa is acting like she's been with Louis for like 10 years. Like, anyways, it's their 1-year anniversary. I said I could see what Teresa is teaching her daughters. I don't think I got from Teresa and her daughters is when it comes to a man's past, really don't take it into account. You got people out here saying that Louis is knocking bitches beside their head. Girl, he clearly is a bona fide liar. He lied about why he was in those woods. Girl, he talking about something about, girl, the video that Marge and everybody else talking about is completely different from the video that he was talking about. So clearly he's a liar, or there's more than one video. I don't know. I just think that Teresa's children are going to probably grow up to be just like her. And that's sad. Antonia is upset. Basically, she had to switch schools in the middle of the year. I could understand that. I mean, she's a child. I can get how changing schools could be. You know, when you get older, you realize it's not that big of a deal. But in the moment, it is kind of a big deal. But she switched schools. They sold the house. She tore her ACL, I believe. She's a tumbler, and it's been about 8 or 9 months. I think the doctor gave her the go to, it's okay to go back and do what you do. But I think she's kind of nervous and afraid. She doesn't want to do it anymore. Louis and Teresa. He had 20 things he loves about her. Let me ask a question. I don't care about marriage. But I do want to ask this. I feel like Teresa cares about marriage and stuff like that. So I'm trying to understand. If this man can write all this shit about 20 things, why I love you, and if y'all can buy a house together and move y'all kids in together and y'all so in love, then why don't y'all just get married? Because Teresa want to be married. I feel like she do. So if this motherfucker can write a whole list of 20 things he loves about you, and y'all can put y'all income together and buy a house and move y'all kids in together, why y'all not getting married? Especially because I know that's what you want to do. Why y'all not getting married? I don't trust Louis. He ain't my man. Okay? Teresa, you got you one, girl. Dolores' mom can be left alone for more than a minute. Teresa pretty much don't care for Tracy. That's what it comes down to. But the truth of the matter is Tracy really ain't did shit to Teresa. She called Teresa out on her fuck shit, like at Melissa's pink party. She called Teresa out, but other than that, she really hasn't done anything to Teresa. Teresa don't like to be held accountable. That's all it comes down to. Somebody said Jen comes hard for people. Jen comes after people really hard. I mean, girl, from what it sounds like, girl, I don't know if Jen come hard for people. From what it sounds like, all the girls, well, Marge come hard for people too. But what the people say that Marge started this whole beef between her and Jen. It sounds like Marge started it. It sounds like Marge started it and Marge gonna finish it. Okay. But anyways, Jennifer and her mom. Jennifer and her brother Steven go out for like lunch or something. Jennifer says her mama is pissed at Marge. It's so sad because I remember watching like her mother, and I remember watching Jen pretty much take her father's side. And I felt so bad for Jennifer's mother because I just couldn't imagine being a child and having this grown man, right? This old ass man. And even though he wasn't even though 26 is not old, but when you're 16 and you're probably looking at the other cute 16-year-old boys around, when you got a 26-year-old man climbing on top of you, that's an old man, okay? So you got this old man, right? And then he took you from here to here, from Turkey to the United States, right? Got the story right? I just felt bad for her mother because I felt like her mother really lost a lot of her life and she hasn't really healed, right? But then when you hear her mother also still blame Marge for Bill, like we're gonna get her. Girl, that shit is crazy to me. Out of all the shit that Marge has been, out of all the shit that Jennifer's mother has been through with her father, and we probably don't even know half of it. Her first reaction to her finding out that Bill cheated on Jennifer and Marge let people know is she's mad at Marge for telling people. And we're going to get her back. That shit is crazy. And then we wonder why Jennifer the way she is. She get it from her mama, girl. She get it honestly from her mama, girl. The apple don't fall too far from the tree. Jennifer is the way that she is because of her mother. They're always gonna put a man first. Always put a man first. Bill doesn't like to talk about it. Now this is what Bill is a punk to me. Bill, you done went out in these streets, you done fucked around on your wife, got some pussy on the side, and now that the shit done hit the fan, now you don't want to talk about it. Girl. Now if Jennifer was out there hopping on dick and doing a full split on some Jersey dick, But Jennifer ain't gonna do that, because Jennifer know. Jennifer know what's gonna happen if she go out there and get her back broken in by some muscle man in Jersey. Anyways, that's pretty much it. I'll talk to y'all girls later. Bye.